All right, everybody. This is Scott Harris again. Um, Many of you know me as the VP of Marketing at Commerce Mortgage. Some of you I have met personally. I see some familiar names on here. The way these webinars work is we keep them muted. Feel free to chat. I'll answer questions as we go. There's a chat box on your little control panel there so that you can ask, questions. Today is about making money, and so there's two things I want to start with. The first one is that I want to give credit sort of where credit is due. I don't even remember the guy's name to give him credit, but I one time went to a training. Let's see. Let's change the color scheme. We have this problem every time. I don't know what's causing that. Sorry, guys. I went to this training and I heard the idea of the green light, yellow light, red light training, and it was and it sort of resonated with me because at that time I was trying to lose weight. So it's funny how I associate things, but it was all the activities that it was sort of defining your day and defining your life in such a way that the stuff that gets in the way, the noise and the busyness of the day, that you find a way to push that away and just do the things that actually help you achieve your goals. And so when I thought about this class, I thought, what if we just tried to figure out a way to simplify real estate sales as if it were like losing weight, right? What if there was just a simple sentence like, you want to lose weight? Diet and exercise. Right? What if there's just a simple way to define what we do and then to try to figure out, sort of what are the problems that are keeping us from being successful, right? The whole, because we've all been to the classes and we all go and listen to the instructors and they tell us a billion things. They tell us all the things we should be doing, and we leave so motivated, right? And then we don't do anything because it's also overwhelming, and then we get back into the busyness of life, and we don't already have the discipline, and they don't teach us the discipline, just some cool ideas. So at best, we go back to our lives after we go to the training, and we throw a couple of darts at some of the ideas, and they don't work for us. And so we just count that as a, at least we got the CE credit, right? So, excuse my voice. I have just awful allergies, and I'm just struggling with them. For those of you in Denver, you know what I'm talking about. I was there last week, and I could barely breathe, and I lost my voice, I think, after every time I did one of these. Anyway, this class 301, Making Money. It is not just about REALPro. In order to figure out how to make money, we can't just focus on REALPro. REALPro is a tool. It's a fantastic tool. And built into the right plan, it will absolutely make you money, right? But the problem is it's got to be built into the right plan. So I think the way I can make your life as easy as possible, the way I can make this as simple as possible is to just talk about how to build the right plan and then how to fit REALPro into it. Okay, so let's get started just by, let's wait for this to pop up here. Okay, here. There we go. All right, let's get started by just talking about what that means, that red light, yellow light, green light activity. All right. So the first thing we have to do in order to be successful is we have to turn off the noise, right? I'm terrible at this. I come into the office and I just start talking to somebody. I know we don't play Pac-Man. I use that icon just because I like the icon. But we play Words with Friends, and we're chatting back and forth, right, on our phones. So we know tomorrow we need to prospect. We know tomorrow we need to do something to help our business. Right? But what we don't know is that what we're not doing is we're not like blocking off time and just turning all the noise off. Right? We're not turning off Facebook. Some of us can't. We're not turning off Foursquare. We're not turning our phone over and ignoring it, turning it on silent and turning that vibrator off, right? And we get a chat, games with friends, oh, I'll just do this real quick, it's my turn, right? So the first thing you got to do is you got to identify the things that are in your way, right? If it's losing weight, we got to push the dessert away, right? So we got to identify the things that are in our way. Now, I think that the red light activities are absolutely less harmful than the yellow light activities. And what I mean by that is the yellow light activities they're real work. They're things we really have to do, right? And so on a day-to-day basis, we come in and there's 50 emails. And I got to tell you, I can't say no to those emails. I can't stop doing those emails, right? I can't. Those emails, the first thing, you know why? It's easy. It doesn't take a ton of time. It never ends, does it? I just got a chat on my phone from a game one of my kids downloaded, Subway Surf. Man, these guys are getting so good at putting activities that waste our time in front of us. It happens all the time. My Skype pops up on the bottom right-hand corner every time I do a class, telling me that a friend is online. Then I go say hi, and then I've just wasted tons of great time to do things that I need to do, like prospect. Okay, I spend hours at a time. I spend hours during the day on email, texting back and forth. My wife and I are terrible at it. She sends me pictures of the kids, and I reply, and then I look at the picture, and then I'm losing time, right? I've got 20 new Skype events that just popped up on my phone. It just never ends. You got to identify it, and you got to push those away. And this is the best way to do it. You got to figure out what the green activities are. Let me just hit this here so that this finishes loading. You got to figure out what the green activities are for you, and I think it's really simple, guys. This is not that hard, but here's the hard part. It's discipline, right? You got to figure out a moment in your day when there are no distractions, and then you have to have the list of the 20 or 30 activities that you do, right? I got that same email icon up here, but this is prospecting emails. This is prospecting phone calls. This is closing for the appointment. Okay, so what I really hope that comes out of this is just a discipline, a promise to yourself, right? Let's use the building blocks analogy, right? You show up every day and you're building a wall, and you just start building blocks, right? You start laying blocks. Now, I'm going to tell you something. For the first week, it doesn't look like much. Eventually, you build a wall, right? But that's not the way we do real estate. I've been a realtor just like you guys for a long time. For some reason, it's not. We get busy. We get referrals. We get, right? We do, but we're not doing the good activities today to keep our business busy tomorrow because we're too busy, and we're doing emails, and we're talking to people. I got this event I got to go to, right? But we find the time to do. We find all kinds of time to waste. So let's talk about what I think the green activities are and how you could fit into your life, how you can fit REALPro into some of those green activities. Now, Zillow. Many of you don't know how to use Zillow as a prospecting tool. Let me skip ahead here, and then I'll come back to that slide. I actually like the slides in a little bit different order. Okay. Here's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see you just simply come up with a plan of things you're going to do in a day. We're all taskmasters, right? Wouldn't it be great is if, just like you get focused on that email every day and on that text every day. See, there you go. Somebody's online right there. Never ends. As you get focused on those things, wouldn't it be great if we turned some of our our list making and our ADD that we have around all the bad things. Wouldn't it be great if we could turn some of that and use it in our favor, right? So the first thing we have to do in order to do that is to figure out what we're selling, right? Well, obviously we're selling you. We're selling you, the realtor. Now, how are we selling it? How are we selling it? Well, there's all kinds of ways to sell it. But I'm just going to tell you I'm going to give you a plan, okay? Let's sell, I would love to market your home on my website. Let's just say that's the plan. Forget, just for a minute, forget whatever you're used to doing, and I'm not asking you to switch your sales strategy to I would like to market your home on my website. But let's say your marketing plan is, I would like to market your home on my website. Okay, you guys, and I'm going to escape now. I'm going to go to a website so we can talk about that. Let's see here. Let's open up Team RB. So, I would like to market your home on my website. So, what are the qualifiers? Well, you got to have a home to sell, right? I got to have a website to market your home on. Hopefully, that website will create some activity. Do they have to pay you? No. Do they have to pay you for a listing? No. You probably want to make one of the qualifiers, you have to be willing to co-op if I find a buyer, right? I run into very few folks that aren't willing to co-op 3% if you find a buyer. Okay, so now you have this tool. It's funny, most of you don't even know that there's a Feature My Home button up here, right? Feature My Home allows maybe a for sale by owner or anybody really to put their home on your website. You have to give them permission, but just by clicking that box, we'll give them a form where they can put their home on your website from this side. Look at this. Feature My Home. Property details, add amenities, upload photos, submit. Okay, so you could actually put somebody's home on here. So let's say you do prospecting every day. Let's say you do 100 activities a day. Okay, and I'm going to put that in the back of your mind, the idea of 100 activities. Let's say you do 100 activities a day, and on those 100 activities, the only qualifier is they need to have a house to sell, okay, and they must be willing to co-op. Now, in this environment, a pocket listing is very valuable, right? Does that mean you're only going to get pocket listings? No. If you're in front of people all the time, you're going to get more than pocket listings. Okay, but if those are the only qualifiers, then now we have at least the message, right? Now, what's the plan? How do we get the message out? Because here's what I know. I know that if everyone in your town that wanted to sell a house knew that they could feature the home on your site, and that would put it on your site, that you could put it on Craigslist, that would put it on Zillow and Trulia and HotPads and Yahoo Real Estate. If everyone that was going to sell their home knew that you had this available, lots of them would call you and ask you to do it. You see, it's not about whether or not you have a great selling proposition. You could put their home everywhere, on YouTube, on Craigslist, on Pinterest, on Facebook, on Yahoo Real Estate, on Virtual Tour. You can give their home their own website for nothing. Or you could put them on the MLS, Realtor.com, and list it. Right? But if they knew that you had all this available, would some of them want to do that? Well, of course they would. Right? They're putting it on Craigslist now, and most of them say, I'm willing to co-op. And when you call them, of course they're willing to co-op. Okay? So now we have a message. I would love to feature your home on my website. Okay? And we have a method. We don't have to do anything, right? We just put it up here, and then we put it on Craigslist, and then we post it to Pinterest, and 5 minutes later, we featured their home everywhere, right? I still think you should log into Trulia and pay for the featuring fee, because that's going to get you 5 times the viewers there. I still think you should log into Zillow and pay for the featuring fee. You know, to feature a home on Trulia, it costs about $10 a home or less. To feature it on Zillow, it costs $6 a home or less. I'd pay that $10 and that $6 every day to get 5 times the leads. Okay? So, let's get back to this. So now we know the message, right? See if we can get this to finish coming up. How do we get the word out? Okay? Well, that's simple. But it's not, it's simple in the speaking it. It's simple. You know the answer, but you're not doing it for the most part. You haven't defined, you haven't put it in numbers. Okay? It's 100 activities, it's 200 activities, it's 3 hours a day, whatever it is. There's a discipline around it. I'm going to do this, 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 and this every day, and I'm going to do it to this group of people, this group of people, this group of people, this group of people. I have a unique selling proposition. I would like to feature your home on my website. I know that they have a home to sell. I know that they have, that they're willing to co-op. And I know I have a product that they need. They are my customer base. They're the people that create the activity that make me money. Okay? So every day I'm going to take a couple of hours. Let's go up here. I like this slide because it's called Coffee Talk. And I am addicted to coffee. Jumping around here. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get this stinking slide to come up. Here it comes. Morning coffee. I call it morning coffee search. The reason I call it morning coffee is because this is when I like to do it. I find that most people aren't out of bed when I'm up having my coffee, which means most people aren't emailing me, and most people aren't texting me, right? Most people aren't on Skype trying to get my attention. I don't have any employees in the building pulling at me. Right? I don't have any other real estate agents asking me questions. What I have is me and my discipline. And every morning I go to Zillow, Craigslist, the local newspaper websites. I go to HUD Homes store. I look for garage sales and moving sales. Right? And every week I look for one partnering opportunity. Okay, so let's talk about what all that means. Partnering opportunity, that might be a wedding planner, right? That might be an expo, a wedding event. That might be a foreclosure event. I try to put myself in the way of opportunity once a week. Okay, that's a part of my plan. On the board, put yourself in the way of opportunity 1 time per week. I'm just building that wall. Okay, I've got a tool that builders love. Why not put myself in front of a builder 1 time per week? Why not put myself in front of an event? Why not put myself? Think about the people that are moving into town. How do they? Why not put myself in the way of an online opportunity 1 time per week? Okay, Zillow. Okay, people are like, well, what's this Zillow thing? Well, let me tell you what this Zillow thing is. That's the wrong page. I stole an icon there. Let's see, Zillow.com. Oh, another friend up on, let's find homes for sale in Long Beach. All right. Zillow gives you this fancy map integrated search. Okay, it shows all the, I'll wait a second for everybody to get caught up. Now here's the trick. Here's a little trick for you. Get rid of for rent, get rid of pre-market, and get rid of for sale, and your map will have nothing on it. All the icons disappeared. Click by owner. Click apply That'll go away. Now, all you see is the for sale by owners in Long Beach. There are 15 of them. Tomorrow, you can compare this list to tomorrow's list. You're a real estate agent. You ought to know every home that a for sale by owner puts on the market to sell. Okay? You should be driving through your farming neighborhoods. I believe that wholeheartedly. And you should know when someone puts a for sale by owner up, and you should know when they put it on Craigslist, and you should know when they put it on Zillow. And tomorrow's list will probably be different than today's. And tomorrow's list, there's going to be a new hot prospect. These names, these 15 should be on your prospecting list. It's not hard. These are potential customers. Okay, what about Craigslist? Let's go to Long Beach and Craigslist. I just picked Long Beach as a, I don't even know what Craigslist that would be. Let's just pick let's just pick Fresno, Madera. What the heck? Then you click real estate for sale. And then up here at the top, by owner. You got to read these, guys and gals, but because some of these aren't for sale by owners. $247,900 custom built hilltop, $354,000 traditional sale, open house. This might be a realtor. But your job is to know. So look, I'm having my coffee in the morning. I go to Zillow. I see there's 3 new for sale by owners. Those go to the top of my list. I go to Craigslist. I read all the posts from the last 24 hours. Okay? All the posts from the last 24 hours go to the top of my list. What else do I do? I go to the local newspaper site. I know you all know how to do this, but we have, let's see, in Dayton, Ohio, we have Dayton, Ohio, Dayton Daily News, we call it. And on every Dayton Daily News, there's a classified section. And you can look up garage sales, moving sales, and those will have addresses. Those are potential customers. Okay? You can look up, and a lot of people have garage sales while they're getting their house ready to sell. Okay? It doesn't cost you anything to send a postcard. Very little. Okay? Or you can look up for sale by owners. Lots of for sale by owners put their homes on the local newspaper. Okay? So let's call this, I won't beat this one to death anymore, but let's call this prospecting. Know your market. If all of you can say right now, when a home is put on the market in my area by for sale by owner, I have it on my list. If you can say that, then kudos to you because you're the one. If you can't say that, then you want to be able to say that next time somebody asks. It's 2 hours of your life every morning, or an hour of your life every morning. And it's not like it's not fun. It's great activity. The other one, guys, and probably the most powerful one, HUD Home Store. Now you have to have a valid NAID number. Okay, that's a name and address identifier through the Department of HUD, which means you can sell HUD homes. And if you can, then you're allowed to go to HUD Home Store every day, 50 times a day, and look for new listings. Okay? And the second a listing pops up, I mean the second it becomes available, if you're the first to know, that's like a free home to go market. Run out to the house, take a bunch of pictures, get it on your website. What does that do? Well, put it on Craigslist, feature it on Trulia, feature it on Zillow. You have a valid NAID number, then you have the seller's permission. You can't steal you can't steal the agent's pictures, but here's a home that you can sell, that you can put on the market. Here's a $630,000 home in Alameda County that is free for you to market on your REALPro account. It's free for you to feature on Truly and HotPads and Zillow and Yahoo Real Estate. It's free for you, if you have a validating ID number, for you to take photos, post it everywhere. Take more photos than the listing agent. It's free for you to put on Craigslist. And it looks like you got another listing on your site when you're talking to prospective listing. Okay? So guys, the first part of any success plan, the first part of what am I going to do in my green activity time where I'm not answering emails, where I'm not chatting, where I'm not playing games, where I'm not getting distracted by the people who come into the office. Okay? The first part of that plan is knowing your market and taking and blocking off time every day to figure out what your market is. Okay? Once you know the message, then you got to find your market. Next, get the word out. You have a message. You already know if people knew that what you had, they would want to do business with you. So part two is to tell them. Okay? And this is where you got to do so many of these a day, right? You can't be too busy to prospect. It's not okay. If you're too busy to prospect today, then tomorrow you will have plenty of time because you won't have business. And tomorrow would be a month from now, right? Because that's how our cycles work in real estate. Every day I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, I define my market. After I've defined my market, I get the word out every day. It's easy. Send a postcard that has your message on it. Well, I don't know how to do postcards. Come on, guys. There is no excuse for that. Let's do this. Here's gotprint.com. Write that down. Gotprint.com. Click on postcards. Let me show you something here. This is kind of cool. Gotprint.com will give you let's just start. Let's just get started. Let's get pricing. Let's see what we want. Let's say we know our message, so we're going to do, here we go. We don't even have to do it. 5,000 full color high gloss postcard with our message on it for $124. Okay? It couldn't be any cheaper. You don't know how to design a postcard. You don't know how to order it on Gotprint. I tell you what, call me. The marketing team at Commerce Mortgage would love to partner with you and help you make some postcards. Call us. If you're really willing to do all the activities and you're really willing to get the word out, we'll help you design a postcard with your message on it. Okay? So every day, as a part of your plan, you should be sending out X number of postcards. Every day, as a part of your plan, you should be sending out emails to everyone. The key to a good plan is not just getting the message out. It's getting the message out over and over and over. Okay? So anything worth saying is worth repeating, right? So how do you get the message out? Find the email address, send an email. Find the address, send a postcard. Make a telephone call. Post to Craigslist. Do print advertising. It's not a bad idea, but just do whatever you do it every day and do it to your entire market list. Okay? Always closing for the appointment. Here's what I know, and some of you have heard me say this ad nauseum. If you get yourself in the way of opportunity, you're going to make money. There's no question about it, because most of the realtors I meet they're whether they're successful or not, they're successful or not because they put themselves in the way of an appointment. I've not met too many realtors that lasted, who, if they got the customer in front of them to talk to them and show them houses, that didn't make money at a very high percentage, right? So that's your whole job. Close for the appointment. So it's know your message, know your market, share the message, close for the appointment, and you'll make money. Okay, let's do that again. It's know your market, know your message, know your market, share the message. Now let's add something to that with frequency every day. Okay, let's add to the plan discipline. Okay, now you have, if you know your market and you know your message, you know how do you get the word out? Once you get the appointment, once you get the listing, right? Once you're able to feature them on your site for free or get a listing, well, you got the best tool in the business to get the word out. Very easy. You can go get a pocket listing right now that never goes on the MLS, and it can have more powerful. It can be more powerful for you than an actual listing because you're not competing against anyone else. Okay, so love. This is my time slide, and we already did this one. Let's just I'm going to go through this real quick. If you're building a plan, okay, and you know your message, we've already done that, right? And you know your market now because you're getting up every morning and you're defining who you should be emailing and who should be calling and who you should be sending postcards to, right? Or who you should be featuring or what you should be posting on Craigslist or whatever, right? Then basically, I guess you're already blocking off that time every day to do it. And then I think you should define it. I want to do 100 green activities a day. That's postcard sends, phone calls, get my way of other opportunities, appointments, whatever it is. I want to do 100 green activities, sending emails, right? 100 green activities that doesn't take time. Maybe it's 50 a day, right? You'll need an assistant soon, guys, if you do this. Okay, but every day, 50 times or 100 times a day, you from this time to this time, at least 4 days a week. Okay, I say 2 hours, 5 days a week. If you do these activities we talked about, 2 hours, 5 days a week, I tell you what, you won't get that much productivity the first day or the second day, but you know what? Over time, you'll be the busiest agent in your office, no question about it. If you do this every single day for a year, you will be you'll own a significant portion of your market. Nobody has this discipline, guys, and if they do, they have teams. Why do you think they have teams? Because this kind of discipline creates great activity. All right, let's just tell you my top picks. Now, I put a bunch of things on my top picks, but I skipped number one. Okay, well, number one and number two are a result of what is really number one. I speak all day, every day, right? I mean, you guys, all I do is I'm a mouthpiece now, and I'm helping agents make more money. That's what I do. I love to do that. Okay, so and what I hear over and over again from all of you is that you are referral based. Every one of you tell me you're referral based. Okay, that's great. I love that you're referral based. If you understand that in your plan that those people need to know your message and you need to ask them for referrals, you need to be marketing to those people monthly, and here's the key, you gotta, in this market when Google owns everything, guys, you gotta have a Google Plus page. It literally, all you need is a Gmail account. You can have a Google Plus page really quickly. It's just like Facebook. And then ask your customers, ask your referral partners, not just to tell their friends, but let's get them to tell everybody. Okay, let's get your friends. I mean, it's so simple, and it needs to be a part of your plan. It's not for most of us. But let's look at this. Let's do a search. Almost 300,000 people a year move into Denver, and most realtors tell me that they are referral-based. This lady has a Google Plus page, so she's number one. This person has a Google Plus page. This person has a Google review. Okay, this is the referral for tomorrow is right here. Guys, when you have, look at this, 5 reviews. Google+, 5 reviews. Google is basically telling you how to win. Get more than 5 reviews and get a Google Plus page. Okay? So in your daily activity, add to your daily plan, ask somebody for a review. Imagine if you gave a link and asked somebody for a review. You could write a pre-canned email. If you want one, I'll write one for you. Okay? Send me a note. Ask the marketing team. We'll write please refer me a really cool email for you if that's what you want. And every day, send past customers a request. Not the same customer every day, but send past customers. How about the title guy you work with? How about your broker? How about real estate agents you've worked with? Put your way and opportunity on Google. Put yourself in the way of opportunity on Google. Okay? It's so easy to win this space. All you got to know, I mean, if I told you the numbers to the lottery tonight, would you play? Of course. So the numbers to Google lottery is get a Google Plus page, put some pictures on it, make sure it's got local real estate content on it, and ask your people every day, ask somebody to write a review. If you ask for 300 reviews a year total, once a day during your prospecting days, you would own search on Google for your local market. Google loves local. Okay? All right, guys. That's how you make money with RealPro. Like anything else, it takes effort. You got to put time in, right? And the way to really win with RealPro is the same way you win with real estate. RealPro just makes it easier to win with pocket listings, which is our market, right? It makes it easier to win a builder relationship. It makes it easier to get yourself in way of opportunity. But you got to do it. You got to define your market. You got to define your message. You got to put in the time, right? You got to create some discipline. You got to stay out of your email while you're doing that and all the other activities. You got to use the tool to its highest and best use, right? Also, if anybody would like a simple step-by-step business plan, if this wasn't enough, we'll record this so you can go through it. If this wasn't enough, you want to maybe put a little a business plan together that you can follow, we would be more than willing to work with you. We have a couple people we do that with too. So, all right, I thank you for being on this call. You being on this call means that you're that you really want to make an effort to make more money and you want to use the tool to do it. We really appreciate that. So, if I hope you guys have a great week and a great weekend, and those of you in Northern California, I'll see you next week.